Hey everyone, welcome back to Anna Nail School English channel. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. So in today's video, I'm going to show you builder gel extensions, but I'm going to sculpt it today. Okay, so builder gel can be used on top of a tip when you attach a tip, and you can do builder gel extensions. You can use dual forms, and today I'm going to show you how to use a paper form and then sculpt the nails using builder forms. Okay, so I just took off my extensions and I'm going to show you a detailed tutorial, and if you have any questions you can ask in the comment section. And before we start, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to like this video. So now let's begin. So the very first step is to do the dry manicure. So for that I'm using a cuticle pusher here. So I'm using a metallic one and gently pushing back my cuticle. So this step is mandatory because for certain clients you might have like a really tight cuticle area. Okay, you have to use either a orange wood stick or a metallic pusher like this one to push back the cuticle. So this gives all that dead skin around the cuticle area exposed. In case if you don't have a metallic pusher, you can use a orange wood stick, and just make sure you're buying a good quality cuticle pusher, otherwise this will kind of peel your natural nails as well when you try to push it. Okay, don't be too hard when you're pushing, just be gentle, just gently just open the cuticle pocket here. Okay, once that is done, then we are going to switch to our electric file. So if you don't have an electric file, don't worry, you can do the same using a hand file. Okay, so I am using an electric file. This is a diamond bit I'm using, flame bit, and the machine is running at a 16,000 rpm speed, and the mode I'm using is a reverse mode. Whenever I want to do the right side of my nails, I'll be using the machine on the reverse mode. Okay, so if you're planning to buy an e-file, then just make sure your machine has a forward and reverse mode option on the model, so that you can use it, you can switch between forward and reverse depending on which side of the nail you are going to do the dry manicure. For product removal, reverse mode is not that very used, but yeah, for the dry manicure this is something that we need. Okay, so now I'm doing the left side of the nail, so I switched back to forward mode. The speed is same. I'm also simultaneously kind of rolling back the skin around the cuticle area, so this helps me trim the dry skin around the cuticle area using a nipper, or again in this video I'll be using the bit only, but a different bit. Okay, so there are different bits basically to do the dry manicure. I have a video on my channel where I have explained how to do Russian manicure. So this is basically Russian manicure, but I have planned to make another video just like without no implements. I will show you how to do dry manicure, Russian manicure purely using by using electric file. Okay, after this I switched the bit, so now I'm using a cylindrical bit. This one is specifically for my cuticle trimming. You can use this to basically do the cuticle work also, but since the size is a little bigger, it will not be very comfortable, but it can also create nail damages. So I recommend just use this one to just trim the cuticle. So that's what I personally use. So here I changed the speed of the machine. Now it's 12,000 rpm, and as you can see I'm using this bit to roll the skin that I have already pushed back, and then just gently moving, and then it will eventually trim that skin out of your cuticle area. And if you see, I am just slightly pulling the skin using my index finger a little towards the back, so that I have this stretched edges of my apnicum area, so that I can easily trim this one. Okay, so whenever you are practicing with an e-file, just make sure you are practicing on your own hands, so that you get an idea how much speed you need, and what is the angle you need to hold on to, etc. You will understand. Okay, so first do yourself, and then maybe you can do like family members and stuff, and then eventually you can start using it on your clients. But always get a professional certificate before we actually go on to the client use. Okay, so now after doing all of this, my nails are almost completely cleaned up, and since I almost keep extension on almost all the time, I don't have much dead skin around the cuticle area, and I just took off another extension I had on, so I don't have to buff the surface too much. But if you're doing it after a break, or if you're doing it first time, just make sure your nail bed is matte finished. Okay, just use a 180 grit hand file to buff off the shine from your nail plate. This is very important. If your nails are shiny, then the extensions won't last longer. Okay, after this I am using lint free wipe and alcohol to clean the nail plate, and now you can see the nail plate is totally clean and there is no cuticle, dead skin, dust, nothing. Okay, this is how the nail should look like after the dry manicure. After cleaning up your nails, it's time for us to do the dehydrator application. Dehydrator basically removes all the oil moisture from your nail plate. I recommend you to use this product for all kinds of extension, even for press on nails if you want the nails to last longer. Okay, so I'm using Canis dehydrator here. So this is the first time I'm using this product. Has a really nice fragrance to it. Apply the dehydrator and it immediately evaporates. After this we are going to apply a primer, which is an acid free primer, again from the same brand Cani. And when you are applying the primer, just make sure you are not applying too much. As you can see, I'm barely touching my brush and only a very thin layer of primer I'm applying. Make sure if you flood your nails with primer, it will eventually cause lifting or your nails will fall off. Okay, so the next step is to apply a base coat. I'm using TNT's base coat here, and the reason I use a base coat is because I want a better addition between the product and the nail bed, and plus when it's time for us to remove the extensions, you can file down the thickness of the product up to 90-95%, and then if you wrap it with a remover pack or acetone, that will go into the base coat and it will break, and you can easily get rid of all the products from your nail bed. Okay, otherwise normally what we do when we have to remove gel extensions, we have to file down and then buff it and we leave it a thin layer. But if you want to completely remove it, then this will help you to kind of break the bond and then you can remove it. That will only happen when you file down the product almost 90-95%. okay, that you have to do either with a e-file or a 80-100 grit hand file. Okay, so here I have applied the base gel and I'm going to cure it for 30 seconds and then we will start with the product application. Okay friends, the nails are ready with the base coat. So now let's put a foam on. First peel off that sticker from the foam, attach this small thing underneath the foam and just close the tip of the foam just like this, and then cut it open, and then you can place it underneath your nails like this. Just hold it here and see where your growth points are, and then make a small cut using your scissor, or you can use a marker to kind of mark those edges, and then do a little small cut around the tiny marks that you have made. Okay, and then now when you place it back, make it straight, hold it, and once this is in place, you can just press and close the bottom side of the foam. Okay, just like that. And now once the foam is done, check from the side angle and see if it's straight, and from the top angle it should not be that side going that side or this side. It has to be straight. Okay, from this side and from this side also. Okay, so our foam is ready to go. Now let's start applying the gel. Okay, so here I have Bornpretty's Builder Gel pink color. This is a good one for beginners because the thickness of this gel is a little higher on the viscosity, so it's easy for a beginner to control the gel. Okay, so first we are going to pick up a bead. For that, just use your brush like this, put it inside, scoop a little bead, just twist your brush like that and break that thread. Okay, and after that I'm going to release this bead over here, okay, at the free edge area. Okay, and then use your brush to kind of pull that product close to your growth point. Okay, just make that connection, and in case if it touches the skin, just use your brush to kind of clean it. And this side also, just make sure your gel is touching and going basically connecting the growth points of your natural nail. Okay, and then use the brush to kind of drag your product towards the length and shape that you want. Okay, so I'm kind of going for an almond shape here. It's pretty easy to do. Make sure the bubbles are like popped, okay? Otherwise they'll give you headache later. Okay, just cleaning the brush onto the rim of my gel, and then I'm going to do a clean swipe here, so I have a clean edge. Okay, even if it's not super clean, that's fine, but as much as clean as I can. Okay, just make sure this corner is very critical. Okay, your gel must be connecting. And this side again, a little extra here, just pull it back. So when you do your own nails now, it's a little tough here. Okay, so this is kind of done. Okay, so I'm going to flash cure it for 30 seconds. Okay, so I have quickly flash cured the free edge that we have created. So this time, if you want, you can take off this foam, but be very careful, it's not fully cured. We only did flash curing, so you can try and open it. If your lamp is powerful enough, that is enough. The 30 seconds will cure mostly, but I prefer to keep it as it is. But just in case if it's not fully cured, I don't want to spoil what I created. Now I'm going to pick up a small bead, a little product, and then I'm going to create a slip base. Don't use too much for the slip base, just take a little and just use it on the nail bed and spread it towards the free edge we created. Okay, now we are going to take a big bead, because now we are going to build the apex and all, and place it a little far from your cuticle area. Just rotate your brush like this, or you can completely release also, and then start gently pushing the product towards the cuticle. Since we already have the slip base, it's much easier to move the gel around towards the cuticle area. Okay, without disturbing the apex area, just pull that extra product towards the free edge that we have created. Okay, just brush it in when you are close to the free edge. Okay, turn your fingers and you can look from the back side and level it, but I can't show you that on my camera because of the angle and all. Okay, just hold it for like this a few seconds, just to form your apex. You can see how the apex is forming, right? So if we leave it here as it is for a longer time, because of the body temperature, the gel starts to flow here and there, which we don't want. Okay, just make sure it's not touching your skin. If it's touching, just clean it before you cure it. Okay, so I'm going to cure it for 60 seconds now. Okay, so this has been cured for 60 seconds. Now we can pull off the paper forms, and as you can see, here it is. The apex is nice and long enough for the length. In case if you see if your apex is not enough, you can take another bead and build up that height. Okay, so if you see my thumb, this is not as big as this one, but if I want, I can go ahead and build more apex. That is totally fine. Okay, so you don't have to do with like one big bead, you can do like 2 bead also, but the thing is that will take extra time. That's one thing that as technician we wanted to avoid. Okay, but anyways, so I'm going to do the rest of the nails and then I'll show you the final result. Okay friends, so all the nails are done and now it's time for us to file and shape. So before filing you need to use alcohol wipes to kind of remove the sticky layer from the nail surface. Okay, so if you keep the sticky layer and try to file it, your file will get clogged and then the file is kind of useless. Okay, so just make sure that sticky layer is completely removed before you file. Okay, now next I'm using a 180 grit file here. I start filing from the side walls of the nails. As you can see, since we use the forms here, it's not like a clean side wall, so we are going to use our hand file to kind of file and create that crisp edges. Okay, you can use a 180 grit hand file here, and almond shape is more or less is there, but we need to give it a more crisp shape using our hand file, but it won't take much time. The best part about gels is that it's very easy to file. You can also use an electric file to do this file and shaping. So in this video I'm using a hand file. It's a old file, that's why it's taking a little extra time, but if for clients I mostly use fresh files, so that will be much more faster than this. Okay, so just create a clean edge and then you can start filing the top side and the rest of the architecture of your extensions. Okay, and after doing the hard filing, then you can use a buffer to kind of buff and smoothen the surface. Again I'm using the 100 side of the buffer here. Don't make it like extra smooth, because if you do that, then when you do the gel polish application, the gels won't last. Okay, so you have to have like a rough surface, but a smoother surface. It should be rough, as in when you touch there should be a kind of a grip. Okay, if it's like very smooth, then the gels won't stick, or the gels will start kind of peeling off. Okay, after filing, shaping and buffing, I'm using the alcohol wipe again to kind of clean up the nails and the entire fingers, and then we can start doing our application. So in case if you want, you can ask the client to wash their hands with running water, and this is how the extensions looks like. So they are really cute, and the color of the gel is pink, and you can see how beautiful they have turned out. There is no breakages, cracks or gaps anywhere around the side growth point area, which is very important when you are using the forms. Okay, that's where the nails break if you don't have like a clean sidewall creation. Okay, and this is the final look of the nails. As you can see, it turned out really well. I used Canny's this shade to do the coloring the gel polish, and I added isolated chrome design, and I used this chrome powder. So I created some random leaves and stuff. I didn't know what to do, so I just randomly did something, and I also used a bunch of stones and stuff. These are the brushes that I have used. These are all from stationery shops, and some are from the nail art shops, and the black gel I used is from this palette, and this is again I got from some Instagram seller, and it's a very pigmented gel. I'll be making a video separately on the palette gels, and this is the final look, and I really like the way this one turned out. It's pretty, it's cute, it's comfortable, and it looks more natural. And this is how we do sculpting using paper foam and builder gel. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you like it, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. I'll see you soon on my next video. Until then, stay safe, stay happy. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.